Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about how opening up a new S3 bucket could actually bankrupt you. This is a pretty crazy article. I have the link in the description down below. This video is a summary of this article where the author talks about this really strange scenario. In day 0, apparently, he opens up a S3 bucket in the region of EU West 1. You know, if you're on a free tier, you can use S3 for free. By day 2, he checked back and he sees a whopping $1,300 charged to his account. And he's looked into this S3 bucket and he sees a bunch of data, and he's noticing 100 million put requests a day in his logs, and he's noticed that approximately 10 gigabytes of data have been collected by his S3 bucket in just 30 seconds. Now, he was freaking out when this was happening. He thought maybe he was getting attacked. Maybe it's a DDoS attack or a CORS attack, or someone is uploading malware, or maybe his service account was compromised. He thought something bad was going down, so he contacted AWS for their assistance. AWS finds out that actually it was another service that belonged to a company that had a misconfigured configuration, and they misspelled their bucket name. It happened to match the author's chosen S3 bucket name. That's crazy. Like, what are the chances of that happening? So apparently this company has been pushing all of its proprietary data into this S3 bucket. And this is why the author was getting charged an insane amount of money. So here is a screenshot of the requests coming in. What you should know here is that S3 buckets are unique. Here's what I mean by that. You can have an AWS project A and a separate project B. You can have the exact same pub sub subscribers, topics, and consumers. They can be the same name and you'll be fine because it's all scoped within the project. So it's the same with your Kubernetes clusters. You can name them the same. You can have the exact same named virtual machines and you'll be fine because it's all scoped within that project. But S3 is not scoped within a project, even though you would have to create them through a project. It's globally namespaced, so it has a unique name across all AWS projects. The names have to be DNS compliant and they are used in web accessible URLs. Because they're unique, any of these AWS projects can make requests to this S3 bucket. I don't actually even need an AWS account to make a request to your bucket. So as long as I know your bucket name, I could just download the AWS CLI, and with this command, I should be able to upload file.txt onto your bucket. But you're like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to implement permissions. All right, so you implement your permissions, and when I execute this request, I get a access denied. You've successfully blocked me from uploading contents to your S3 bucket. But guess what? You pay for request cost. S3 charges you for unauthorized incoming requests. A standard put request here is priced at $0.005 per 1,000 requests, and there's really nothing stopping me from having a bunch of machines sending 1 million requests a minute to your S3 bucket. If I know your S3 bucket name, I could basically ramp up your costs. And if I don't specify your region, there is additional costs on the API redirect. So that is pretty insane. However, don't need to worry about this because since April or so of this year, S3 engineers are working to make sure that you don't get charged for unauthorized requests as the owner. It took up until 2024 for them to realize this is a problem and to actually move towards a fix. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.